infrared.
Ma'am? Okay, sir. Ji, sir, pa. 1 minute.
Display being success, trigger intervention. With gratitude, we offer this prayer in wording.
Hello, good morning. Welcome for today's activity, pre-bid conference for CY for 5 CY 2025 infra projects and 1 CY 2024 infra projects. First, let us acknowledge of the following back members. Secretariat and DPWH present for today's activity. They present as I call your name. Yours truly, Leonardo Inog, back chairperson. Maria Ligaya is senior, back vice chairperson. Sir Bibilo Jr., back member regular. Cedric Floyd de Ronte, back member provisional. John Renges M. Peralta, back member provisional and user representative. Hannah Catherine Arco, head back secretariat. Maria Lolita Ecasero, back secretariat member. Tanin Singh Romulus, back secretariat member. And the TWG headed by their TWG head, Engineer Gerald R. Lim. Griselda D. Sinyagan, Kevin Joshua Itamanaha, Messi C. Gabonia, Jonah Macy Navarro, Ray Joseph T. Epis, Gwen Marie Arbajo, and Chanda Minisao. Are there any participants from the Zoom? So hearing none, so that's all for today's attendance, basically. So first, conference agenda. Agenda number 1, representation, explanation by the back, basic contract data, requirements in the bidding documents, and documents to be submitted by the bidder. Agenda number 2, question, comments from bidders and replies of the back. Agenda number 3, other matters, relevant department orders, and GPPB resolutions. For basic contract data, For CY 2025 infra projects, we have contract ID number 25HE0042, Convergence and Special Support Programs, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating gaps, SIPAG, Coastal Roads, Causeway for Environmental Protection, Conservation, Construction of Flood Control Structure, Sitio, Cambangyao, Barangay, Poblacion, Dalaguete, Cebu. Location, Dalaguete, Cebu, ABC is 96,500,000, contract duration 288 calendar days. Source of funds, CY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. Pickup license category of B for medium A. More procurement, competitive bidding document cost is 50,000 pesos. Next is contract ID number 25HE0043. Contract name, Convergence Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Building Facilities to support social services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Langub, Argao, Cebu. Location, Argao, Cebu, with ABC of 1,980,000 pesos. Contract duration, 90 calendar days. Source of fund, CY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. Pickup license category of C and D for small B, mode of procurement, competitive bidding document cost, 5,000 pesos. Next is contract ID number 25HE0044. Contract name, Convergence Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Building Facilities to support social services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Cambangyao, Argao, Cebu. Location, Argao, Cebu, ABC, 1,980,000 pesos. Contract duration, 90 calendar days. Source of fund, CY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP pickup license category of C and D for small B. Mode of procurement, competitive bidding document cost is 5,000 pesos. Next, contract ID number 25HE0045, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Building Facilities to support social services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Giwanon, Argao, Cebu. Location, Argao, Cebu, ABC, 1,980,000 pesos. Project duration, 90 calendar days. Source of fund, CY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. Pickup license, category of C and D for small B. Mode of procurement, competitive bidding document cost is 5,000 pesos. Next is contract ID number 25HE0046, Convergent, contract name, Convergent Organizational Outcome 2, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of flood control structure, Argao CIS, Argao, Cebu. Location, Argao, Cebu, ABC is 14,700,000. Contract duration is 127 calendar days. Source of funds, CY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. Pickup license, category of C and D for small B. Mode of procurement, competitive bidding document cost is 25,000 pesos. Next, this one project under CY 2024 infra projects. Contract name, contract ID 24HG0118. Contract name, Organizational Outcome to protect lives and properties against major flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage system, construction of Lusapon flood control, Boljoon, Cebu. Location, Boljoon, Cebu, ABC is 19,600,000. Contract duration is 165 calendar days. Source of fund, augmentation fund. Pickup license, category of C and D for small B, mode of procurement, bidding document cost is 25,000 pesos. Next agenda is requirements in the bidding documents. For the requirements of the bidding documents, engineer Sir Bibindalo to be read the proceedings.
Good morning. For the contract ID number 24HG0118, organizational outcome to protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Lusapon flood control, Boljoon, Cebu. For the major categories of work, similar categories of work, kindly refer to the third screen. Also, the key personal requirements, relative experience, and general experience. The requirements of accredited project engineer in compliance to DEO number 118 series of 2024, and also the requirement of accredited materials engineer in compliance to DEO number 98 series of 2016. For the equipment requirements, capacity and its number of units, as shown on the screen, please refer. For the bid, security shall be in the form of the bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts as shown on the screen. For the intended completion date is 165 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days of 5 calendar days and 20 number of Sundays. For the bill of quantities, kindly refer to the search screen. For contract ID number 25, it's A0042, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, Coastal Roads, Causeway for Environmental Protection, Conservation, Construction of Flood Control Structure, Sitio, Cambangyao, Barangay Poblacion, Dalaguete, Cebu. For the major categories of work and similar categories of work, please refer to the search screen. Also, the key personal requirements, general experience, and its relative experience, please refer to the search screen. The requirement of accredited project engineer in compliance to DEO number 118 series of 2024, and also the requirements of accredited materials engineer in compliance to DEO number 98 series of 2016. Also, the major equipment requirements, capacity and its number of units, please refer to the search screen. The bid security shall be in the form of the following forms and amounts, bid security declaration, or any of the following forms and amounts as shown on the screen. The intended completion date is 288 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days of 9 calendar days and 36 number of Sundays. For the bill of quantities, please refer to the search screen. For the next contract ID number 25, it's E0043, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Buildings, Facilities to support social services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Langub, Argao, Cebu. For the major categories of work, similar categories of work, please refer to the search screen. Also, the key personal requirements, general experience, and its relative experience, please refer to the search screen. Also, the requirement of accredited project engineer in compliance to DEO number 118 series of 2024. And also, take note the requirements of accredited materials engineer in compliance to DEO number 98 series of 2016. The major equipment requirements, capacity and its number of units, can you refer to the search screen. The bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts as shown on the screen. The intended completion date is 90 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days of 3 calendar days and 12 number of Sundays. For the bill of quantities, please refer to the search screen.
For the next project, contract ID 25HE0044, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, multipurpose buildings, facilities to support social services, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Cambangyao, Argao, Cebu. For the major category of work and similar categories of works, please refer to the shared screen. And also the key personnel requirements. Please also take note the requirements for accredited project engineer in compliance to DEO 118 series of 2024 and accredited materials engineer in compliance to DEO 98 series of 2016. Please also take note the minimum major equipment requirements as shown on the screen. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts as shown on the screen. The intended completion date is 90 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days of 3 calendar days and 12 number of Sundays. For the bill of quantities, please refer to the shared screen. For contract ID 25HE0045, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, multipurpose buildings, facilities to support social services, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Giwanon, Argao, Cebu. Major category of work and similar categories of works is shown on the screen. And also, please refer to the screen the key personnel requirements. Please also take note the requirements for accredited project engineer in compliance to DE 118 series of 2016 and accredited materials engineer in compliance to DO 98 series of 2016. Please also take note the minimum major equipment requirements shown on the screen. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts as shown on the screen. The intended completion date is 90 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days of 3 calendar days and 12 number of Sundays. For the bill of quantities, please refer to the shared screen. For the last project for this pre-bid conference, 25HE0046, Organizational Outcome, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Flood Control Structure, Argao CIS, Argao, Cebu. For the major category of work and similar categories of works, please refer to the shared screen and also the key personnel requirements. Please also take note the requirements for accredited project engineer in compliance to DO 118 series of 2024 and accredited materials engineer in compliance to DO 98 series of 2016. Please also refer to the screen the minimum major equipment requirements. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts as shown on the screen. The intended completion date is 127 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days of 4 calendar days and 16 number of Sundays. For the bill of quantities, please refer to the shared screen. Documents to be submitted by the bidder. For infrastructure For infrastructure projects, technical components, Class A legal documents. 1. Valid field chips, registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR. For Class A technical documents, 1. Statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. 2. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. 3. Special PCAB license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. 4. Original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. 5. Organizational chart for the contract to be bid. 6. List of contractors' key personnel, example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, foremen, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. 7. List of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and are under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. 8. Original duly sent omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For Class A financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. For Class B documents, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For financial components, 1. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid forms. 2. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. 3. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. 4. Cash flow by quarter. Important reminder, any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient document in the above-mentioned checklist is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. Questions, comments from bidders, and replies of the bank.
So there's no question, queries from there's no participating bidders from the Zoom. So let's just tackle the other matters. Let's start with memorandum dated September 20, 2023. It's Department Order number 12, series of 2024, revocation of Department Order number 35, series of 2021, and strengthen compliance with the Republic Act RA number 11058 and its implementing rules and regulations, IRR. Please refer to the search screen. Then for Department Order number 127, series of 2018, strict application of RA 9184 in the conduct post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH. All bids and award committee, central regional district are hereby directed to strict apply, among others, during conduct of post-qualification, award of contracts for the following guidelines during post-qualification. The BAC shall determine the bidder's compliance through first, verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence of experience, including the declared single largest completed contract is similar to the contract to be being procured. Second is verification of competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the contract as against the minimum requirements under the bid data sheet. Third is the verification, validity, and commitment and or inspection and testing for the required capacities and operating conditions of major equipments units to be on lease under purchase by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding. Fourth is a checking the performance of the bidders and its ongoing government and private contracts. If any of these ongoing contracts shows a reported negative slippage of at least 15% in the single contract or a reported negative slippage of at least 10% in the two or more contracts, and C, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 days to complete within 30 days after the receipt of occurring entities notice of defects and deficiencies, or failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days and to complete the works within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entities notice to defects and failures or substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specification or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection, or G, related damages currently imposed on the contractors. 5, the result of the contractor's performance evaluation system, CPES, should be also reconsidered by the concerned BAC in determining the responsiveness of the contractor's bid before any award of contract can take place, as stated in item 12.5 Annex E of the 2016 revised RR of RA 924. If the BAC verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the contractor's fault or negligence, the agency shall disqualify the contractors from the award for the procurement of the infrastructure projects. Next is Department Order Number 17, Series of 2015, three-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. To further strengthen the integrity of the competitive bidding process, the following instructions are hereby issued pertaining to the implementation of the three-strike policy of the DPWH against violation of Section 69.1I of the Implementing Rules and Regulation IR of Republic Act Number 9184. The violation of enumerated said in the DEO 35, which are considered as acts of intent to defeat the purpose of public bidding under three-strike policy, are hereby amended to read as follows. First, a bidder that had purchased bidding documents but subsequently withdrawn from the bidding or submitted a letter of non-participation or did not submit a bid without valid cause as determined by the Bids and Awards Committee concerned. B, a bidder submitting a late bid without a valid cause as determined by the BAC concerned. C, a bidder submitting insufficient effective documents such as insufficient and securities, securities, and other deficiencies. D, other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of public biddings are determined by the concerned BAC, provided that these acts had been indicated or discussed in the instruction to bidders, bid bulletins, notices, minutes of pre-bid conference, or other similar instruments. If each offense by the bidder referred to Section 69.1I of the RR as stated in the ZDO 35 consists of 3 violations or strikes within a period of 1 year, starting from the date of the first strike for all procurement by the Office of the DPWH. Every time a bidder is observed to haven't done any of the 4 acts enumerated in the item 1 of this DO, the chairperson of the BAC concerned shall immediately serve a written notice to the bidders informing him that his act and giving him 5 days to show cause why he should not be sanctioned under said DO of committing an act which tends to defeat the purpose of public bidding under the three-strike policy of the DPWH. Number 5, based on the verified three-strike reports received from the BAC The procurement service in the coordination with the legal service shall recommend the DPWH secretary for approval of the following administrative sanction of the hearing contractors for violation of the three-strike policy. For the first violation or strike, a first warning. For the second strike, a second warning. For the third strike, which together with the first two strikes constitute for the offense against the three-strike policy, an administrative penalty of suspension for 1 year from the participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH. For the second offense, example, for the second set of three strike committed by the bidder, an administrative penalty or suspension for 2 years from participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH. Signed, Rogelio L. Senior Secretary. Next, Department Order Number 12, Series of 2016, disposal and stockpiling of materials, including parking of equipments within the construction limits or vicinity of all DPWH ongoing projects. First, disposal or dumping sites to be presented in a plan with the area to accumulate the calculated volume of surplus, unsuitable spoils, debris, and other construction materials shall be identified and submitted by the contractors immediately after the award of the contract. The project engineer or the engineer shall evaluate and approve the proposed sites prior to the start of the works. Second, the stockpiling of construction materials within the construction limits or vicinity of the project shall be submitted by the contractor at least 48 hours before the start of the activity for approval of the project engineers or the engineer. Stockpile materials immediately or at most within 24 hours for grabber materials from the part of the work must be spread, and other waste materials after any excavation demolition works should be properly disposed. Non-compliance of the above will result to imposition of the following penalties sanctions. Contractor first offense, stern warning. Second offense, provision in joining bidding of the village projects for 1 year. Third offense, provision of joining bidding of the village projects for 2 years. Other site supervision personnel under contract with DPWH. First offense, stern warning. Second offense, suspension of 1 to 30 days. Third offense, replacement or termination as provided in the contract for DPWH engineers based on Civil Service Resolution number 991936, Section 52 C3, dated August 31, 1999, otherwise known as Uniform Rules on Administrative Cases in the Civil Service. First offense, reprimand. Second offense, suspension for 1 to 30 days. Third offense, dismissal. Signed, Rogelio L. Singson. Next is Department Order Number 168, Guidelines in the Disposal and Management of Spoils and Debris generated from all ongoing and completed construction and maintenance projects, and the imposition of sanctions for violation thereof. Please refer to the third screen. Next is Resolution Number 15-2021, lifting the suspension of the implementation of the mandatory submission of LGF certificate of platinum registration and membership in competitive bidding and limited source bidding, amending Section 8.5.2, 23.1A2, 23.3, 24.1A2, 24.43, 34.3, and 54.6 of the 2016 revised RA number 9184, items 4G1 and items 5D1B, as well as Appendix A of Annex H thereof, items 4 and 6 of the guidelines for the use of Government of the Philippines Official Merchant Registry, and item 1 of Section 8 and 9 of the 6th edition of the Philippine Bidding Documents for Goods and Infrastructure Projects. Next is Resolution Number 16-2020, approving the circular on the guidelines in the preparation of the simplified Philippine bidding documents for goods and infrastructure projects and submission of the required forms for the procurement of goods and infrastructure projects and consulting services with the related amendments to the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act number 9184. So let's end our presentation. Since no participating bidders. So let's end where today's activity pre-bid concerns at exactly 10:34.
Second.